Okay, SBR was actually a riders society back in 2001, where I was already organizing track days in Sepang, and the group became too big for me to organize it all by myself. We decided to form a club, and that was SBR originally, a club. Then we closed it in 2006 because basically I moved the shop. I had a shop before, and we had no more place basically, so I closed it. And then 4 years ago, we were doing a lot of track days here, same thing. And the same thing happened. I could not run the track days by myself. I needed to run it as a business because there was money involved, there was profit. So we need to actually make it into a business. So we are registered SBR Trackdays as an official, as a company. It's a registered company in Singapore. We run track days according to international standards, because I have done track days in Australia, in Spain, and in UK. And all international track days run it in a separate level of riders' ability. That is exactly what SBR done from the very beginning 4 years ago. We ran 3 groups. One, of course, the fast group, and then experienced intermediate speed guys, and then C group would be either beginners or first time. They can be fast, but they are first time in the track. They have to learn the track. They will spend some time in the C group. But we will upgrade riders from C to B, B to A, as and when we see that their riding ability has improved. Or even if someone is too slow in A, I will downgrade him down to B or C if he's a danger to the fast boys. SBR, we have volunteers in SBR. I have 4 guys on every track day that rides in the group. I myself will ride when I have the chance. I will ride in all the 3 groups and have a feel myself if there are changes that need to be made. I try to look at riders that are having problems, in the track. And if they are too fast in C, I will always pull them out straight away, because it's not a bullying thing, but it is dangerous when the speed difference is too great. And if a guy is in A group riding too slow, he is also a danger to himself and to the other guys. He will be asked to go down to B or even C. Okay, every track day we have a standard safety briefing. Irregardless whether you have done 10, 20 track days, the safety briefing is compulsory on that day of the track. So we can have 100 riders and all will have to attend, whether you are a beginner or a seasoned guy. The safety briefing is important because sometimes there are changes in the track. Sometimes the marshal will say there is an oil spill at turn 9. I will inform the guys, okay, be careful when you're at turn 9. It could be slippery. We do not allow riders to go into the track if they do not attend the safety briefing. During the safety briefing is when registration and stickers for the bike, wristband for the riders are given. After that, if a guy comes late and he hasn't attended the safety briefing, he will not get these items. He will not be allowed to go up to the track. I know that the local track days are a bit of a free-for-all, even though there are some that splits groups into 2 groups. But 2 groups is actually not enough, because the difference in the riding level, actually even 3 groups is not enough. In Australia they practice 4 groups because the fast boys there are really, really fast. These are the racers. But then they have A, B, C and D. So the B group, like if I would go, I'm there, I'm in B, I can't even go to A. C group guys are also quite fast, and D is basically for guys riding They could ride a Harley, they could ride a BMW GS there, they could be first timers just wanting to have a feel of the track. I mean, the biggest danger is speed difference in a track day. So, you know, our rules are there 100% for safety. We stick to that because there's no other way to run a safe track day. You know, if you do not have same level of riders riding together, you're just asking for trouble. We also inspect the bikes for you know, oil leaks and tires that we think are not suitable for the track. You know, I have always at least one mechanic standing by to help me check on bikes. You know, we also have rental bikes that we rent out to people coming from overseas. So, you know, the mechanic's job, look after the rental bikes, look out for bikes that could be dangerous out in the track. So Sepang is very efficient. Okay, the marshals here, they react straight away, and within less than a minute they would have the red flag, red light out to stop the session. You know, and if the rider is hurt, the ambulance is there. SBR always have spare ambulance. That means we can run the track even though the ambulance has taken the rider to hospital. There will be a second ambulance. You know, the rules here is there's no ambulance standing by, all sessions have to stop. That's why we pay extra to get the extra ambulance. We want to have a smooth track day. You know, when you go out there, we would like you to finish your session, whether it's a 20-minute session or half an hour session. You should be able to ride throughout the whole session without having to stop because someone crashed, you know, and the session is stopped. I think there's no buts. You know, you have to try to make the track days as safe as possible, because you know, this is it could be a very dangerous sport if you do not manage it properly. Okay, at the end of last year, Sepang realized that they had too many track day organizers. The danger is anyone can call up Sepang before and just organize a track day. How experienced the track day organizers are, there was nobody monitoring that. So with recent incidents that happened in Sepang, they realized that they have to try and control this, and instead of running track days on their own, they put out a tender for a sole track day organizer. So, you know, all the track day organizers were informed of this. They all put in their tender, I put in my tender, and I was selected. According to Sepang, it was a transparent tender. It was a board of directors that voted for SBR to get it, because we have a very clean track record. We maintain the cleanliness of the pits. You know, we hand over the pits the same way we take it. You know, we maintain discipline in the pits on smoking, on fueling, on basically all that, as if it was a race day. You know, I'm very strict on things like having kids running around, you know, causing a danger to themselves and to the other riders. We got the tender, but I made a decision that we should share these track days with all the guys that put in the tender. Okay, that was willing to work together, because the groups are huge. I mean, I'm sure there are at least 1,000 track day goers in Malaysia, easily. Singapore, from my list, we have almost 400. So if you're talking about 1,400, 1,500 track day goers, SBR cannot handle it alone. And it's good that we managed to work. We got a group of guys that are regular track day operators. They know that in the past, you know, there were a lot of free-for-all track days which were very dangerous. You know, they have decided to follow SBR's system, and we are combining now to run all the track days for this year. You know, we have 54 slots, so there's a lot of track days to share among the group. I think there are now 6 groups that are in this SBR organizing committee. You know, we work together. We want to have one system, whether it is a SBR Singapore track day or SBR Malaysia track day, but you know, we work as one. And for all the track days, I'll be around to conduct safety briefing and to ensure that, you know, the rules and the system is followed. Here for SBR, the cost actually remains the same, because the difference between last year and this year with SBR is we used to have a whole day or half day and half day, but now we are selling 4-hour slots in the morning, 4-hour slot in the afternoon. The morning session starts at 9, ends at 1, and then there's a lunch break from 1 to 2. Second session is 2 to 6 p.m. and then could be the next day, the same thing. All track days now will be a whole day affair. They will not be 2-hour, 3-hour sessions. The Malaysian track day remains at 300, but now they have 4 hours of track time. Okay, the cost has gone up. We can cover it because we have now a bigger base of riders that will come for the track days, and it's a challenge to try and maintain, you know, as few incidents as possible, track incidents, I mean, getting the session stopped. The main aim is to stop having to use the ambulance and stop the red light, you know, red flag sessions, red incidents in Sepang, basically.